and his angels were thrown down with him. The beast that she is riding on is Satan. John is seeing again this image of the dragon, and now there's this woman who's riding or sitting on it. And so, the woman in verse 4 is described. The woman was clothed in purple and scarlet and adorned with gold and precious stones and pearls, having in her hand a gold cup. If we stop there, we've got the cover of Vogue magazine. This is an attractive person. She is dressed with the best garment money can buy. She has the best jewelry money can buy. She's holding a gold cup. How many of y'all drink out of your gold cup every day like I do? Anybody here have a gold cup? Some of us have gold teeth, but we don't have a gold cup, okay? So this woman, she is, in the world's eye, she's got everything. But the description goes on. The woman has clothed in purple and scarlet, adorned with gold, precious stones, and pearls, having in her hand a gold cup full of abominations and the unclean things of her immorality. She's carrying around a bowl of, I don't even want to use a word for it. You fill in the blank yourself. It is the most disgusting, the most vile thing you can have. And she's beautifully dressed. She's dressed to the nine. She's got all the things the world wants. And she's carrying around this polished gold cup of everything that is vile to the Lord. It's horrific. But it goes on. And on her forehead a name was written, a mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots, and of the abominations of the earth. Now, this is probably even bigger. As I was reading through this description, does it sound like some Hollywood people? Does it sound like some of our elitists, the best of the best, the brightest of the brightest? They're in government, they're in show business, they're in this business, they're in this business, and man, they have the nice house, they have the nice boats. One time we were in Washington State, and we got to go out on the lake there, and we were in a boat, and the guy said, "Okay, you see over there? I can't get any closer, but that's the guy who Bill Gates' house." And all you can see is this side of this mountain and this big. It looked like a national lodge or something like that. The guy has steam pipes that run up and down his driveway so that his driveway stays snow-free all winter long. He has an underground garage that holds all these cars, and he's got a guy out on the boat dock going. It's like, is the guy on the boat dock the reason we can't get any closer? Yes. You don't want his hand to come off of his ear, because that's a bad thing. Okay, it's that kind of power, and I'm not saying Bill Gates is one of these people, but it's that kind of, don't we see in the news, every day there's a new person. Oh, guess what this guy's guilty of? Guess what this person is guilty of? Guess what this one's done? This is played out times 1,000 when John sees this particular woman. Okay, verse 6. And I saw the woman drunk with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the witnesses of Jesus. When I saw her, I wondered greatly. Now, when it says the blood of the saints, and then it says the blood of the witnesses of Jesus, it may be saying saints as in Old Testament saints, prophets, those who were put to death by Babylon throughout the ages. And then when it talks about the witnesses of Jesus, it's maybe probably talking about those who walked with Jesus, those who've been martyred since then, those who've died since that. But she is in love with destroying those who follow Christ. It's what she gets up for in the morning. She is drunk with the blood of you and of me. That's what she craves. She wants to hurt us. Why does she want to hurt us? Because the only way she thinks she can hurt the Father is by hurting us. We all know somebody can come up and poke you in the eye and you probably won't really majorly react. But somebody comes up and pokes your wife, your daughter, your whatever. Okay, you didn't have to. Yeah, Dustin, he's proving a point for me there. But somebody somebody pokes your loved one in the eye, then you really react. And so what has Satan always been trying to do? He's always been trying to hurt me because he wants to get to my dad. It's really not about me. He doesn't really care about me. He just wants to hurt my dad. Okay, so he attacks me. So, verse 7. And the angel said to me, why do you wonder? I will tell you the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carries her, which has the 7 heads and the 10 horns. All right. So we've got this picture. This woman is dressed to the nines, but she's carrying this vile stuff. She's got this big thing. Either it's either a hat, or it's a tattoo, or it's a neon sign that says, "Hey, Babylon the Great, mother of all harlots and abomination of the earth." It's really attractive. I'm sure it's well done. And then she's drunk with the blood of saints. And when I saw her, I wondered greatly. What it literally says here is, I was amazed. I marveled. This is the same word that Jesus used whenever he came across the centurion who said, no, you don't have to come see. I too am a man under authority. When I say go, they go. And when I say come, they come. So all you have to do is speak, and my servant will be healed. And Jesus marveled. He wondered at such great, I've never seen this kind of faith before in the children of Israel. That's the same word that we get from John. So it wasn't John really going, I wonder what this is all about. There probably was some of that there. I mean, think about, we've taken a year to see what John saw in probably about a half hour. Okay, so I guess he had to have time to write it down. Maybe it was longer than that, but he wasn't getting it in bite-sized chunks like you and I are. So he has this sense of wonder, this sense of awe, this sense of marvel. And then the angel says, why are you wondering? Why are you marveling? Look, I'm going to tell you the mysteries of the woman and the beast that carries her with the 7 heads and the 10 horns. Now, how many of you go, awesome? Drum roll, please. The angel of the Lord is going to explain this all to me. Thank goodness. Okay, wait. Let me get my pen. Okay, go. And here's what he says. I want to give you the full effect of this. You pretend you're John. I'll pretend I'm an angel. The beast that you saw was and is not and is about to come up out of the abyss and go to destruction. And those who dwell on the earth, whose name has not been written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, will wonder when they see the beast that he was and is not and will come. And I'm sure if I was John, I would be going, I'm sorry, no. I thought you were going to explain it to me. I misunderstood. You're playing, are you speaking English there? But when you break it apart, it actually is, because I know one day I'm going to come face to face with that angel, and I don't want him going, dude, were you mocking me? No, sir, I'm not mocking you. I'm just saying, if I were John, I would have been going, okay. So here we go. Let's take this apart a little bit by little bit. Verse 8. The beast that you saw was and is not and is about to come up out of the abyss and go to destruction. So if it's talking about Babylon and he's talking about in the future, and John is still looking at things in the future, Babylon is no more. It was, but it is not. But it is going to come back. So we're just talking about something that was, it went away, and now it's going to come back. If he's talking about what's going on in his own time frame, we'll get to that in a minute. So those who dwell on the earth, whose name has not been written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, will wonder when they see the beast that he was and is not and will come. He's there, he goes away, he comes back. Verses 9 and 10. Here is the mind which has wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sits. Now, it's like, okay, wait. Is she sitting on a beast? Is she sitting on mountains? Are the mountains on the beast? Is the beast in the mountains? Exactly how does this work? They are 7 kings. 5 have fallen, 1 is, the other has not yet come, and when he comes, he must remain a little while. Now, here's why a lot of commentators say they think that maybe what John was getting was a picture of what was actually where he was in history, not where this is, all the tribulation and everything is happening way out here. John, I'm going to give you a glimpse of what's going on right now in your own hometown. While everything else is going on here, I want you to see how what you're living in right now plays out. Because he says there are 5 have fallen, one is, the other has not yet come. All right, Domitian, D-O-M-I-T-I-A-N. Domitian? Okay, Domitian. He was who was alive and kicking and running Rome at that time. Their version of the modern day Babylon, this is the guy who was running it at that time. There had been 5 before him: Julius Caesar, Tiberius, Caligula, Claudius, and Nero. Those had all come prior to Domitian. Julius Caesar, assassinated. Tiberius, poisoned or smothered. Sounds like he was assassinated. Caligula, assassinated. Claudius, poisoned. Sounds like assassination. Nero, he apparently beat somebody to the punch and he just committed suicide as far as history books tell us. So you can see how 5 have fallen. One is, the other has not yet come. And so are they talking about the Antichrist? He could be talking about just 5 other characters that we are going to see, that some of them, maybe Hitler is one of those 5 that have fallen. If this is all about future, when we get there, I'm trusting that God will send out a memo going, okay, here were the 5 people I was actually talking about. I was talking about Julius Caesar, and I was talking about Nero, and I was talking about Hitler, and then I was talking about this person, and I was talking about this person, and then whoever was president of the world at that particular time. This is the theory that the Roman Empire, it's been attempted to revive throughout the years. If this is about 7 bowls of wrath, then it's actual kingdoms that will be visited by representatives of Satan to gain an army to fight against the Lamb. Here is the mind which has wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sits. They are 7 kings. 5 have fallen, one is, the other has not yet come, and when he comes, he must remain a little while. All right, verse 11. He only remains a little while. Well, how long is a little while? Jesus told his disciples, I'll be right back. Okay, 2,000 years. So a little while could actually be a long while for us, but apparently to God and his angels, it's just a brief time. 17:11. The beast which is not is himself also an 8th, and is one of the 7th, and he goes to destruction. It really bothers me that there's a bank in town called the Fifth Third National Bank, or the Third Fifth, or 5/3, or it's, what is it, 5/3? And I found out why, because it was 2 banks that combined and they added up their fraction and they wrote it out, which is kind of cool, I guess, but it's still stupid, okay? So, okay, is he the 8th? Is he the 7th? He's the 7th, and he's the 8th. He's the 8th, but he's not the 8th, but he looks like, what did the 0 say to the 8? Nice belt. Okay, some of you will get that in 4, 3. No, you're not going to get it at all. Okay. So he only remains a little while. The beast, which is not, is himself also an 8th, and is one of the 7, and he goes to destruction. Here's what's going to happen. I'll tell you, and then we'll go and read it, and we'll tell you again. So the Antichrist uses the harlot, Babylon, to gather support. And in this point, I think it's absolutely, this scripture is talking about the religion. I think the next chapters talks more about the other aspects of it. But it's like, hey, this Babylon religion that is just anything anti-God, it may be really nice and gushy and kind and loving. It may be extremely abusive and everything, but whatever it is, it's all set to go against the Word of God. And so you're going to help me garner favor. You're going to become the religion of the world, and everybody's going to worship me, but they're also going to kind of worship you. And there's going to come a time where the Antichrist is going to say, look, I don't want to share the worship with anybody, and the Babylon, the the female, the harlot, she will be eaten. She will be devoured by these very people that she's gone out and she's garnered their support for